Welcome back, everyone. What a great day we've had so far, and we are just halfway through. Welcome our next presenter. We have BZWR Corporation. It trades on the OTC Pink sheets under the symbol BZWR and is a SaaS company focused on helping small businesses solve two of the biggest challenges to owning and operating a business. That's customer acquisition and access to funding. Please welcome our keynote speaker, Rhett Doolittle, the chairman and CEO of BZWR. Now, Rhett has founded multiple companies, and he's been running successful companies for the past 15 and more years. But before BZWR, his previous companies hit the Inc. 500's fastest growing companies in the United States, with the highest reaching number 18 in the country and number 1 in financial services. Welcome, Rhett. We're so happy to have you on our conference today.
I'm super excited to be here. Can't wait to tell you more about BZWR and all the exciting stuff we have going on.
All right, floor is yours.
Awesome. Well, like she said, BZWR, BZWR, we're really here. We really have a passion for helping small businesses. So we're going to talk to you about that, show you some things that have recently happened in the past few months, some things we have coming. And with that said, because we're going to be talking about some things coming, that does not mean it's fact. So always got to mention the safe harbor agreement. So if you're making investment decisions, you got to take those risks and uncertainties into account because we're going to be making some forward-looking statements here in this presentation today. So let's get into it. Like I said, we really have a passion for helping small businesses, and we've helped over 26,000 of them across the United States to help them get more customers and access funding to help them really succeed and grow. How do we do that? What really makes us special is we focus on the problems. What is preventing a small business from being profitable, from being able to acquire new customers? And really, as you look over on the right, what drives these problems? What are really the underlying problems that cause this? It's usually a poor results from their marketing efforts. They have very limited, and if they do have access to capital or loans, it's very expensive typically. And that's been a big problem plaguing the United States for years. Most small business owners are owner operators. They're trying to do so many jobs, so they don't really have, the education and the real clear actionable steps to improve their business outside of maybe what their core competency is. And, our technology addresses some of that. Additionally, a lot of the technology that small businesses do use today is super complicated, and it becomes useless and a waste of money. And so there's a big opportunity here. How do we do this? We focus on solving these problems by integrating finance and marketing technology into our software solutions, our SaaS platform, or software as a service. So I'm going to be showing you how all that comes together here in this presentation today. Right now, we have about 34 employees total. We have 50 medium to enterprise clients on top of the 26,000 small businesses that we've helped. We have some medium enterprise clients, and that's not a distraction for us, because these enterprise clients are ones that we have something very in common for, and that means that they service the small businesses as well. So we're going to talk about that here in a minute. And we have 30 software developers. Of course, we're a software SaaS platform, and we have several software solutions for our enterprise clients. So we have to have a big development team constantly innovating and figuring out the best way to solve these problems in the market. Third, we know the market size of small businesses. There's 30 million small businesses out there left to fend for themselves. And, what really I'm passionate about, what drives me crazy really, is the small business failure rate in the United States. Everybody's heard this stat of over 80% of small businesses fail in the first 5 years, or 70% in the first 3. There's a million stats. All I know is every stat that you look at for the failure rate of small businesses, it's horrible. And small businesses, without small businesses, there would just be such a missing gap in America. Small businesses employ our friends, our family. They drive the economy. They really bring uniqueness and creativity and a new flavor. They make our local economies. It's just, small businesses are what makes America. So, and I think they're at the biggest risk ever right now with the Amazons of the world, trying to take them over. So we fight for that small business owner. Our solutions really bring a suite of tools to help them really thrive and grow. So You're going to see how all that comes together here in a second. How do we do it? Well, on the right side, we've had a Business Warrior software platform for years now. And that, small businesses come onto our platform and they can see what's really preventing them from attracting and acquiring new customers. And we've been really great at that. And we've grown that platform tenfold over the last couple of years. And so then recently we've acquired a couple acquisitions, which I'm going to tell you about. But one of them is Alchemy, which in the middle here is they've been building lending solutions for small and enterprise clients for years. And, now we have this really great software lending arm to our business, which is, again, one of those two problems that we're trying to focus on, like Anna mentioned in the beginning, which is lack of capital for small businesses. So really solving that through the solutions that we have combined with this new division in Alchemy. And then lastly, another acquisition what we made is Helix House Agency. So we have a complete beginning to end digital marketing agency, from branding to building websites to landing Google and social media ads and everything else. So we're going to kind of give you some insight into how that's going for us today. So this really comes together with an amazing solution to solve those problems for small businesses. And you're going to see how it all comes together. So before we get into that, I mentioned these acquisitions, and this was really our growth model over the last 12 months. The previous 12 months, in I would say 2021, it was do whatever we can to grow revenue. We had a Reg A in place, which is closed, but we had a Reg A in place, and we were really able to take that Reg A funds and turn it into a great financial and profitable year in 2021. So that was amazing. But then the next step was, hey, how do we take this one-time real revenue kick and success? And we had a market cap as high as almost $100 million. How do we turn this short-term success into long-term sustaining growth that we can be around for years and years, helping small businesses, continuing to grow our market cap year over year? And how do we do that? We do that by focusing our software, our SaaS growth, and monthly recurring revenue. So what we did is we went out and made really great 2 acquisitions in 2022. They both service the small business market. They were both profitable in 2021. They both have great recurring revenue streams and some SaaS on top of that. There's lots of sales and operational synergies, and we're just scratching the surface on this now. And they're both really, have macroeconomic resiliency. So really great acquisitions that we made here this year. So we went from 21 with great financial success and huge market cap and everything else. Now we've got all this monthly recurring revenue, SaaS revenue. We're really poised to bring all this together and have a strong EBITDA in the future as one whole, uniform company, which is really going great. So what does that uniform company look like? That new combined entity, if you looked at now this is unaudited because we haven't finished the audit on one of the entities, but unaudited revenue, if you look, our trailing 12-month revenue on these 3 entities combined now would be over $7 million in annualized revenue, which is great, which is a big growth tick from where we were all by ourselves, obviously. Our recent third quarter was just posted, and we posted a 67% quarter-over-quarter revenue growth. And just to give you guys some insight, our fiscal year does end at August 31st, end of this month. So the next quarterly report you're going to see is actually going to be our fiscal year. And that will bring together all 3 entities, and everybody's going to get a real clear picture of what this company really looks like now and going forward. And lastly, we are in the final stage of uplisting from the Pink Sheets to OTC QB. So we are in final review, and everybody will definitely be aware of when that happens, because that'll be a big milestone. So the 2 acquisitions, we acquired Helix House Marketing Agency in March of this year, and then Alchemy Technologies in June of this year. So I'm going to go over those here in a bit. But again, like I mentioned, marketing solutions, marketing agency solutions, and lending software solutions and technology. So this is all coming together to really round out the products and services that Business Warrior has to offer our small business clients. So first, what does Helix House Agency do? How are they performing? Why did we buy them? Well, they really are a premium marketing services marketing agency client. They were actually our agency, so we could see how well they're performing, how great their team was, and what amazing growth potential they had. They average over 400% return on investment for their clients. They profited over 200 grand in 2021. And so we acquired them in March for 1.2 million cash and about $1 million in restricted stock. So since then, how are they performing? In 2021, they were averaging, before we acquired them, obviously, they're averaging about 81,000 in monthly revenue. And in 2022, they're already up to 142,000 in monthly revenue. That's a 79% increase. That's exactly what we like to see from acquiring a new company and that kind of revenue growth. So that's exciting. Now, they're on a different fiscal year. Like I mentioned, our fiscal ends in August, so they were on a calendar year. But if you were to strip that out and have their fiscal match up to ours, which would be our second quarter, which would be December to February, they would have done 271,000. And then they look, from the time we acquired them in March, they jumped up into our third quarter at 521,000. That's a 92% revenue quarter over quarter growth. So again, it's exactly kind of revenue growth that we're looking for. Super excited about everything they're doing and making us look good, really, on that acquisition. So next up, sorry, I got a little rough throat from recovering from COVID, but Alchemy Technologies, they build lending solutions for enterprise businesses in 5 different countries. They have over 20 enterprise clients. And in fact, they were actually our vendor building the BZWR lending platform. So if you've been following us, you've seen that, a few months ago, we launched our own lending platform we're actually lending capital to small businesses and really helping solve that problem directly by lending the ones that we can see are performing well. And so Alchemy built this solution for us. Again, we saw how great they were for building our solution, the success of that, how successful they were for their clients, and just amazing growth opportunity there. So we acquired them in June for 2.25 million in cash, 5 million in new Class C preferred shares, and additional 450K to really motivate their staff and keep them around and keep them excited about this acquisition. We are at the final stage of finishing their audit. So you actually see those audited financials posted here before the end of the month. So you'll see that audit on Alchemy financials before you actually see our fiscal year end. And then when you see our fiscal, you're going to see everything come together. So that's who they are and why we kind of acquired them. Again, they're unaudited right now. So, but here's a little financial kind of outlook on who they are and how this comes into what BZWR is doing. They did about 2.8 million in revenue in 21. That includes right now about 100,000 in monthly SaaS revenue, an additional 150,000 in monthly recurring revenue. And then they have several additional software development revenue on top of that, which is just gravy. Their net profit unaudited was, over $500,000 last year. So again, the exact profile that we're looking for: a great team, build great solutions, great feedback and testimonials from their clients, and just amazing growth opportunity as you bring us together. The sales and operational efficiencies we're already seeing, and it's only been, a couple of months, it is amazing. And this is taking off, and you're going to see that here in a second. And so with that said, like I mentioned, Alchemy built our lending platform. They have these amazing lending solutions they've built for enterprise clients like ours that service small businesses. So it was really a match made in heaven. So what's the first thing we're building together is this. We're building a customer financing solution for small businesses. So if you look at the healthcare industry, like a plastic surgeon, they really need options to provide their patients another way to pay. So if you're a plastic surgeon and somebody wants to come in and they want to get some work done, the more flexibility they have to their clients, the more revenue they can earn. They can bring in more customers. If we can pass that flexibility and share some of that risk with the small business owner, with that practice owner, that plastic surgeon, then we can decide together what if there's more risk, there's more reward, right? And so our system really is able to see what risks a small business should take, make those recommendations to the practice owner, and really change the game for them to increase their customer base, increase the total revenue opportunity, increase the conversion rate of a new potential customer into actually being a paying customer, and increase that average ticket size by a significant percentage. So this is really a win-win-win for everybody. It's a win for us. It's a win for our customers, people like this plastic surgeon, and it's a win for their patients as well, because they're going to have more flexibility, more payment options, And, if America enters the recession, like everybody is pointing towards maybe, that, we need more payment options. People like flexibility. So, this is a winning solution. So be on the lookout. This has not launched yet, but this is what we have coming. So how is this solution from the payment options that practices or healthcare providers or small businesses have today? Well, a lot of times, it's the banks making all the decision. It's their underwriting guidelines. They are not passing this flexibility onto the business owner. They give them very little options. So, they may give a plastic surgeon and say, yeah, we'll only, underwrite your patients if you have a 700 credit score or more. But if that plastic surgeon has a lot of operational room for growth and they can take on more clients, they can take on a little more risk. They have a high margin business. So why not do it? So the fact that we're giving them that flexibility to make those decisions is going to increase their revenue and be a real game changer in the market. And that's what the last bullet means, is now we're going to be helping that practitioner share in the risk and share in the profit to really give them a new revenue channel. This is a game changer. The reason why I use the plastic surgeon example is because they are high margin and they have the flexibility to make this decision to take a little bit more risk and get more customers. Additionally, this all ties together with everything that we're doing because, with Helix House, our marketing solutions can really kill it for a plastic surgeon and bring them in new customers. They need this financing flexibility for their patients. So the first vertical market that we're going to be really attacking in a big way is the healthcare industry, which is medical spas, plastic surgeons, specialty doctors, that kind of thing. It's a $15 billion health and beauty kind of market, so it's huge and plenty of opportunity. Some other kind of features is it's going to have a very simple payment integration for them, a quick download and click, and solving a real complicated payment process. As you can see over here, a quick QR code or a download, and boom, they're up, they're installed, and they're ready to take this new form of financing, which is amazing. It also includes a customer management system so that practice owner can go in and see who their customers are, who's paying, who they should sell more services to, who they can take more risk to, or who they should be maybe dialing back and make sure that those customers are paying. So again, this is a game changer. This is what's coming soon. So be on the lookout for some formal announcements. I know that we're kind of in alpha with some clients today, but as soon as we get through that testing phase, we're going to have a big launch here very, very soon. So how does this get us to a quicker path to profitability again as a whole entity? We have as I mentioned, our direct business to business funding solution that exists today. Alchemy helped us build that. We are lending capital to small businesses today. It's a major growth area of ours. We have a ton of wholesale lending opportunities that we're going to be. Today, we've been using our own balance sheet to loan a lot of this money. A lot of our enterprise solutions have had to get their own financing solutions. We're solving that. We're bringing in a wholesale lending solution. So it's an additional revenue stream for BZWR, which is great. And we'll be seeing that next year come through. And then this solution, which, for now we'll call it a credit as a service solution for the healthcare industry, is a huge growth opportunity for us next year. And again, we're going to continue to grow the Helix marketing agencies and keep them on that growth path they're on. And same with Alchemy. Alchemy on their own is going to be growing that enterprise client channel as well. So this is, we've got several revenue channels in the next year, and they all have great growth potential. All of this we're building into one platform. Obviously, we just made these 2 acquisitions within the last 5-6 months. So they're not all on one platform, but they will. And how is this all going to work when they're all on one platform? Really, and here's kind of a sneak peek into how that works. This is our software solution, but a business owner can come in here and at the top see how they're doing, get a score, know what's kind of wrong, what they should be doing, and then look at their offers. And because our solution, we're seeing the data about every small business come through. And so we can read that data and know what step they are ready for in their business. Are they really ready to market their business? Are they ready for a premium marketing solution where they can 3x their business in the next 6 months? We should know that from our data. Or are they ready really to throw some gas on the fire and they need a loan to really grow their business, to spend on advertising, to hire more salespeople, to add additional location? we can see that and we know when to make that offer. Or are they in a high margin business like a plastic surgeon or something like that, where they really need another financing option for their customers, where they can really increase profitability and grow their own revenue and add a new revenue channel for themselves, which will make them more profitable, more successful, and everything else. So again, this is all coming together on one platform, and that's going to be the focus here in the next year, on top of growing these revenue channels. So I wanted to do a little quick market cap analysis, just because obviously the company feels we are extremely undervalued as far as our market cap goes right now. We've had a market cap as high as almost 100 million, in the last year, and much lower than that right now for whatever reason, but it's definitely no reflection of how we've been performing whatsoever. In fact, now with these acquisitions, if you just look at our SaaS revenue, we're at over $100,000 a month in monthly recurring SaaS revenue. If you look at other comparable companies in public markets, they're averaging at least a 10.7 times multiple on that annualized revenue. So if you just looked at that one small piece of our revenue, we're undervalued, which is just crazy. Then if you look at our trailing 12-month revenue, which is a mixture of monthly recurring revenue, one-time revenue, marketing revenue, SaaS revenue, it's $7 million. You look at that and you just take a nice easy 7x multiple, which would be really low, it'd be close to $50 million. And if you took a mix of all these things, you're over 50 million. So, no matter how I slice and dice it and do comparables to other companies like ours, we're extremely undervalued, which to me shows there's a great opportunity for us for growth. I would like to think that investors have a great opportunity as well going forward. So, obviously, forward-looking statement, can't make any promises and can't obviously guarantee, but that's how I look at the company and how undervalued we are right now, because we are absolutely crushing it and super excited about the acquisitions we made and how this is all coming together for growth into the future. So like I mentioned, we are building this one platform that solves these problems for small businesses. If we can help businesses bring in new customers and give them access to capital, and then give them access to a new financing solution, then that's going to get them closer or increase profits. And if a small business is profitable, pretty low chance that they're going to fail. And that's what we're really focused on, is if we can really move the needle in the United States on the small business failure rate, then we're winning. And that's our goal at Business Warrior. The small business owners are the warriors. They're the ones out there fighting and grinding to survive every day. And our solutions are really built to help them. So when we bring in this solution, as everything we're doing over the next 12 months, really the goal is to scale our revenue generating products. We're scaling our sales teams. We're increasing advertising. We've proven that we've turned investment dollars into scalable revenue. So, always, anytime we take investment dollars in, we're going to be doing that. We're not taking any right now at this moment. But additionally, we're just really focused on customer growth and our path towards profitability. So, and lastly, we want to uplist to a premium bigger exchange, which is, like we said, any day now we'll be on uplist to QB. But then, obviously right after that, we're looking at a major exchange after that. So, the future is looking really bright for us. This has all come together between acquisitions, organic growth, new customer growth, and can't be more excited about the future. So, Anna, it's time to kick it over to you for some questions.
Great job, Rhett. Okay. We do have questions for you. Let's start with Isaac Figueroa. So you talk a lot about growth. What's the difference between Business Warrior and your previous company when you had an over 8,000% 3-year growth rate?
Yeah, I mean, that growth rate was insane. And I would say that this company is built to even blow that out of the water. You gotta have a strong team. I think our team is better than what we had before. From top down, we have bigger growth opportunities. We have better technology, and we have a better solution to solve the problem for small businesses. If you can focus on solving that problem, then the opportunities are endless. And so, yeah, we had an insane growth rate, but I saw it then, and I'm seeing what we have now, and we're set up a whole lot better than we were back then.
Wonderful. Jay Rivers wants to know when they'll see the financial results of your acquisition strategy.
Yeah, so like I mentioned, our audit for Alchemy is going to be coming out here before the end of the month. And then you're going to see the initial kind of merged financials, but really all of next year, each quarter over quarter, you're going to see the success of those, these three companies coming together and really building an insane profitable future for us. So I would say immediately from the point that we file the audited financials, and then every quarter as we launch new products and increase our platform and increase our reach, it's going to get better and better.
Fantastic. Ross Foster asks, does this recent Inflation Reduction Act have any positive or negative impact on your company?
Yes, actually, we've through Alchemy, which is the acquisition, they've built solutions for solar companies, and they build some lending solutions for businesses that serve green space type climate change and other things that are going to get a lot of funding through this bill. So, there's some of the Alchemy customers are going to directly benefit. And so our solutions are helping them. So more capital going there is only going to help our solutions and our lending solutions and Alchemy's enterprise clients.
Fantastic. Orlando Herrera asks, are additional acquisitions, are they part of the strategy going forward?
Not right now. We just made 2 acquisitions. Right now, it's all about bringing us together, customer growth, revenue growth, and path to profitability. We don't need to acquire anybody else right now. We're not looking right now. It's bringing us all together, build this one platform, and scale as quickly as possible.
Kat Bradford wants to know, if the United States hits a hard recession next year, how is Business Warrior prepared to handle that?
Yeah, obviously, people and businesses, like I mentioned, they're going to need more options for financing their customers. That's a solution that we have coming very, very soon. Businesses should not, anytime there's a recession or anything else, you should not be cutting your advertising budget. You need to go get the customers that are out there. So as far as marketing and capital, those are 2 of the things that will, help a small business really survive that recession. Keep getting new customers, get access to capital when you can, and provide more financing solutions to their customers. So we really think that's the trifecta to help small businesses through this recession.
Harley DeLeon says, I see you took a hit in sales for the previous 3 and 9-month quarters, respectively. Is this because you saw a surge from COVID, or what do you need to do to get that back up?
Yeah, so this was really a fact that we had just such insane quick revenue growth last year. So when you compare it to last year, that was, we skyrocketed, and then but that was one-time revenue. So we didn't sustain that. That wasn't monthly recurring revenue. So the long-term value of the company wasn't there. It was a quick hit. So the challenge was, could we take that one-time revenue and turn it into monthly recurring revenue? And that's what we've really done. So I think we're almost caught up, or we will be soon. But yeah, it's more of a reflection of how well we did last year as opposed to not doing as well this year. And we've really made that shift. So it's, the majority of our revenue is no longer one-time revenue, which is great. So we're much more sustainable for the future.
Great. Emily Barrett wants you to go over again how these acquisitions are done. Clarify, is it with cash or stock or both? And how long will it take for them to help regain your top line?
So yeah, it's obviously stock being public that's a great ace card in our pocket. So they both were cash and stock. Anytime we look at acquisition, it's trying to use as little cash as possible, but obviously you want to benefit who you're buying, because so that they're excited about the future and they're able to take a little bit of chips off the table, but not much. Keep the cash in the business so it's there for growth. So try to get them motivated and really be a part of the long-term success through stock. So both of those acquisitions were through a combination. And like I said, we're quickly being able to catch up to where the revenue was last year through this combined entity. So I don't have an exact date for you, but I'll take that down as a note to address it in future calls.
Great. Javier Patel says, it seems you have a couple services for your clients. Can you explain your revenue structure for each? And how does Business Warrior get paid?
Yes. So we have our premium marketing solutions. So our small business clients pay us like a marketing agency. So monthly recurring services for the services that were provided. We have custom software solutions to enterprise and medium-sized clients, which they pay us for software development, and they also pay us for access to our SaaS platform. And then we also have our lending platforms where we're lending capital to small businesses and we're making money on the interest rate. And then we also have different SaaS solutions direct to the small business, where a small business pays us a monthly SaaS fee on top of everything else. And then all of this cross-pollinates. Typically we can see, if a business owner is a good, if they're coming to us for capital and they don't have a good marketing solution, then we can offer a marketing solution. So that's where all this really comes together, and we can get multiple revenue channels from each client.
Fantastic. Last question, Mike Nunez. He says he doesn't see any toxic or convertible debt on your books. Do you have any?
Not right now. No, we've done a good job of clearing that out in the past. So we're super excited about kind of just the whole profile of the business and where we're at and our balance sheet, and just planning for growth.
Great. Well, congratulations on that. Rhett, do you have any closing remarks?
That's it. Happy to talk to you guys. So
yeah, well, it was a wonderful presentation. You've got some good stuff going on there. We'd love for you to join us again in the future.
Thanks, Anna.
All right. Thank you so much. Okay, everyone, stay with us. We're going to transition to our next presenter in about 10 minutes, and we'll be back soon.